to welcome everybody to our first cemetery tour of September. We do these in September through the Historical Society, and Lynn had mentioned to me Laclede at one time, and he'd be willing to host this particular tour. And when I got to looking at names of people buried here, my gosh, we all have relatives down here, so it fits into the area really nice. But traveling down here, how many of you enjoyed the hills and the crops that are changing and the sunflowers? I thought it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful drive down. If you didn't notice that, notice it on the way home, because it was really beautiful. So with that, I would like to introduce Lynn Schwandt, and he will tell us all about this cemetery and our relatives and the history.
What I know, which I'm not sure how much I know, come up with. First off, welcome everybody here. This is great to be good. Okay, sorry. Thank you for coming. This cemetery, our oldest graves are 1879, even though the rock says 1880, I guess, out there. We got 3 of them that were buried in 1879. We got one pastor, a reverend. He's one of the 1879 burials. I tried to find some information on him and haven't been able, other than he died at Bellevue and buried here. That's about all I had. I don't know if he was ever at Laclede Church or not, or what brought him to this area. 2 other ones are back there on the north row, and then we have a lot of them from 1880 on up to just recently, so it's just all years, and we still have open spaces available. So just up until this run time was part of the Potawatomi Indian Reservation, I've been told, and they changed the boundaries, and then people started settling into this area. Sorry. Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I do that a lot.
Are there Indians buried in this cemetery?
Not that I know of. Okay. We have a lot of unmarked graves or unknown graves too, that I'm trying to locate some, and just found a couple more here tonight that I didn't know about, so that adds to my list of mysteries, I guess. So take a walk around. I don't know a lot of these people. I have some relatives buried back here, my great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, and I guess it'd be a great-uncle, maybe that's how it would be, that's buried here. A lot of interesting things. I do, when we mow the cemetery, I do the weed whacking, so I take time a lot of times to read the graves and read what's on them, and get some interesting stories, and you kind of get you wondering about the people that lived here at that time, in the early 1900s, late 1880s. So what did they die from? There's some families that have several children buried here, and you just kind of get curious as to how they come to be here. So as you walk around, be careful. It's kind of uneven ground. We have some stone markers that some of them stick up a little bit, kind of a little trip hazard. There's some ruts in the here and there in the grave, so just watch your step as you walk around. Don't really know of a good place to start. I guess we can want to take a tour, or we can walk around. And
Can you explain how it's laid out?
it's probably showed better. It's in a wagon wheel formation. The driveways, walkways are the spokes of the wagon, and makes it interesting to kind of survey and measure to see where a lot edge is supposed to be, but we're getting it done. Why they did it, I have no clue. I've never seen another one laid out like it. I'm sure there is someplace. Nobody's ever told me about where there is one. Be interesting to go see.
I know, Lynn, the guy that dug the grave the other day, he said that there's a Catholic cemetery like this, and in the center is like a cross and a statue, so everyone is buried to face the,
Oh, okay.
the cross.
Oh.
And so we wondered if we had copied some Catholic
Where?
cemetery.
Where's it at? Did you say
I don't
where's
know,
that?
that guy was from the Clay Center, but he didn't say. He just said at one of the graves he'd dug. This is only the second one he'd ever seen that was in a row.
Oh, okay. Well, they're out there then, I guess. So.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Because he,
So is everybody buried so they're facing into the center?
I'm assuming so. I know it's traditional to face the east, but how they did all these on the north-south side, I'm assuming they're facing this way. If there's some reason for it somebody knows about, I'd like to know it because I don't know. But,
Where are the three at? There were three children that were mentioned that died. Where are they buried at? Three children?
there's children all over the place. One family, the Wags up there, I think have 5 children
Really?
buried by them.
Five families?
Yeah. Yeah. There's, yeah, you just go around and read cemeteries. There's a lot of children, some infants. There's some on our records of infants with unmarked graves, so that might be kind of interesting to try to find, but we're working on it.
Do you have the names of those infants?
Some of them are just say children of FA and CA and then a last name. So no, some of them they don't have the names of them, and some of them they do. So it just depends on the family, whether I guess what they were thinking at the time. So
Do you have any Civil War veterans down here?
yes, about gotta be.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them would be
There,
in the,
yeah, there's 1847, 1847, 1822.
yeah. Yes, we do.
1820, Andrew McCowan, 1822,
Over north.
U.S. War veteran. 47. Is that mine?
no, I think it's Debbie's.
Yeah.
He gave me a list of the veterans because we want to have a Memorial Day. We want to have a
Have a program here.
memorial
So.
here because we've never been here before.
So we can walk around, I guess. I'll show you around, watch your step, because like I say, there is some trip hazards here. So what you do, just kind of walk around. Okay.
You can stop us anywhere and tell us a story. You know what? I just loved the picture about an organ grinder.
Right. There's a lot of Arganbright. There's some there. There's some back there. There's Sister Mary Arganbright, I think, over here on the south. So.
I'm trying to think who else was in that picture.
Pat grew up at Waterville, and there's Arganbrights up there too.
Yeah, I know a couple from Waterville, Arganbright.
Okay.
I remember my mom talking about, I think, Mary.
It was Morris. It was a picture with Morris and an Arganbright child.
Think about it.
So are they related?
Morris and Argan.
Morris. Now I see that headstone. The picture was Mr. and Mrs. something Morris and Frank Arganbright. This was the picture.
The Arganbright Norman Arganbright was the banker there in Waterville.
The Timmons, I know, are related to the
I'll have
two.
to go look up that name. It's not coming to me. They're members of our Corvette Club, but they don't come but once or twice a year.
Oh, Carolyn and Carolyn
Yeah, there is. I can kind of give you a ballpark idea on the map up there.
Yeah, I haven't talked to these people.
Why that got put on their tombstone, I'm not real.
Oh, did you get that, Deanna?
No. This lady here was, they put on her tombstone, killed by highway murderers, and they give the address in Kansas City, Missouri. So,
Really?
35 years old, I guess.
And she was a
Schumacher.
Schumacher.
Yeah. And I think that's her parents there. I think I remember after just
1897.
this I would say is the tallest one we have here.
This was nice.
And it's still fairly vertical and not leaning.
I'm just gonna follow you all
Oh,
around.
okay. Here's the pastor's grave. Kind of neat to have a little prayer book or maybe
Oh, that is
Bible
pretty.
on top.
And that was 1870.
79, I believe.
Well, let's see.
Or
He died, he was 71, 1881.
81. Oh, okay. He wasn't one of the
71
early-
years old.
Yeah, all right.
Menace.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a little headstone like that.
No, it's kind of
Let not your
heart be troubled.
go to where I can there.
I tried to
hard
do
to
that
do.
the
I
other day
can't do
too.
it.
Tried to figure out what it
Let not your heart be
troubled.
troubled. Oh yeah,
it
that's
is,
what it
isn't
goes on. TROUBLED.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, troubled in my troubled in my father's
Hey Siri.
house.
Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. This answer is from crosswalk.com. Here's what I found.
Nope, that ain't right.
And there,
I go to prepare a place for you that where I am, there you
She'll be also.
may be also.
Okay.
interesting. You know, for 1881,
Isn't that pretty?
that's, has that one been, have you cleaned it?
I've cleaned them, yeah. Of the
Okay.
marble ones, well, not all the marble ones. I've done a lot of them. You can kind of see the ones that look white.
Uh-huh.
And I've tried, I got it up there, wet and forget. It's just kind of spray it on and walk away from it for 6 months and come back. I've done probably twice a year starting out, and now some of them I've already quit. So there's one up there. My first one was the one in the corner. I did the back side. That was my kind of experimental
Okay.
one
What do
to
you
see.
use?
I've been using wet and forget, but there's also a solution D2 that they use in Arlington National Cemetery mostly, I think. So I just got a gallon of it. I'm going to try it on some I haven't done.
And that's what you use, right, Deanna?
D2.
D2.
That's pretty. Not that it's got a
Can you,
tablecloth
did you
on it.
read it?
So,
Well, sort of.
just go back and forth when you mow, or do you have to mow in a circle?
Try to go every direction, yeah. This here open area, yeah, probably this way.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
she-
there are lots in here.
No, there's no. Now there is kind of in the corners and over here. I don't know if you can see. I got some flags down there. I need to put markers. So where some of these corners come together. Yeah, here there's like a little cremation only, and maybe a full size out there. It's kind of a little triangle shaped area here that Schwab Eaton said we could have enough space to put in. You can see it on the map up there,
Okay.
I'll show you. But
So
yeah,
how do you measure these things?
Schwab Eaton put flags up, and then I made these. I got rebar, probably 1/2 inch rebar, about 8 to 10 inches long, welded flat washer on, and at the corner of a lot I put a piece of metal and stamped a number in it of the lot that it is.
And so
Set it in the
that's a
concrete.
corner
That's
of
a
the lot.
corner, and the little metal spacing that way, so the lot number goes that way.
Well, it's this way from Lewis. You know what they call base flat?
Really pretty big lots?
Yeah, you get out here, and I should have another one back in here someplace.
Going across there, you'll see it's like
Interesting.
Come on, Laura. I got a metal detector. I can find these now.
probably to take you down there and
Thought I just stepped on.
But I know that one out of Deep Creek, Dad,
I need
Yeah,
to see this one over here, the lamb on it.
Sam,
Oh,
and they decided there was no relation.
Well, that's kind of what I'm wondering is,
Now, your Civil War ones are marked, right?
I don't know how to find
they have the veteran sign. I know
born in.
the one tall one back there, the white one, that has the flag. He was Civil War. Cowan. Got this little flat rocks on the ground. It's supposed to be someone buried there. It's an unknown grave, and I haven't really checked it with see if anybody is actually buried there. No name. There is kind of a flat rock on this side. I've always been going to maybe raise it up and see if there's any inscription on the other side. There's been over the years a lot of footstones that have either been
Historical
knocked
Society.
off or laid down.
We had her come
So
up
to make
and
it easier to mow from, I'm sure
do
there's a
some
reason for it.
restoration on some of the stones at Moody Bell.
Yeah.
They're in bad shape. But
So this little person,
ago, some of
so
the
which direction is she facing? Are they facing?
I would say
In or
these
east?
plots over here run north and south, but
Well,
So she probably actually faced.
facing east, I would
we had
assume.
one damage.
This one on the bottom of it, it said infant
Person got
stones had
some out
budded
of,
on earth
for the guy.
to be
Budded?
And
budded on earth
we won't let
to
him
be
back
bloomed in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Almost as big as that one.
Wow.
And they got knocked
Budded. How old was she?
It looks newborn,
And
looks
all he
like.
did was
Must have died
really
with infant son
went to
of
hide it.
Yeah.
1892.
Did you
All these stones clean?
Yeah,
You did it? Oh my, oh well you'll have, I wonder, they all look really,
use the stuff, it's just something that eats the algae, it kills
because
the,
we got a lot of that.
And he said
oh.
so it must have died when I was born.
Well,
I'll show you what I'm using, what maybe I should have been using. I got a couple jugs up there.
well, we had
Isn't that an
neighbors
interesting
that
way to
had,
think of that,
I
though?
think had cleaned a few of
You know,
them,
we
but-
don't tend to think of things like that, do we?
Yeah, there's still a lot more.
The stuff I use is just spray on it and walk
Let
away
it-
for
let
6 months and
6 months?
yeah.
Was that one a wet also?
Did they either one? Yeah.
And you're going to show us how to do that, aren't you? At the next week? Okay. You just have to spray it and leave it alone for 6 months. That's great.
How fast you like it instead of something else.
I don't care. I can't.
Don't use any metal on them. Take a plastic scraper if you think it's thick enough. You got to scrape. Salt
27,
brush.
On the west side of the road.
Yeah.
I've been to funerals at both of them.
Yeah. Charlie. Yeah, Charlie. And it's oh, there's Charlie. Yeah, they were back there and looking at it. Yes, I think they had the same information, only more than what I had. So yeah, they got.
Okay, you'll have to show us where that is.
Okay, well, he needs to actually,
Have you
because
had
there's a lot
somebody
of,
clean
all it
all
is
these old
he's
ones?
got little
I have.
I
I just
Cement
spray. I got a
things that he
material
told
that's,
us. Yeah.
liquid,
that's
and
it.
dilute it down.
so there's
I got
no-
some of what I got to use was.
Or was it on the map?
Oh yeah. Just wet and forget is what it's called.
Maybe you better go up and look at the map.
I've never scrubbed it.
A lot of them get that kind of moss or
Yeah.
green.
Any I've tried, I kind of stirred the experiment. Yeah,
I'm going to try and find it.
I stirred with that white one up there in the corner on this side so it wouldn't show from the road. So I wasn't sure what it would do to them. But there's two different things up there we can use to spray them. So
Oh, looks like it works.
it does. I got some I sprayed, and it kind of, I don't know if it looks like a rust stain. It kind of turns it orange. Probably needs one more spraying, but. Oh, let's go back and look at this one I asked you about that needs repaired or something. It's back this way.
I'm gonna